Welcome to the Shalom Peace. This is the 10th commandment from the 10 commandments. On the second tablet, the 5th commandment is you shall not covet. And let's just get right into it. I'm going to read, you shall not covet the house of your fellow. Lo techemed bet roecha. Okay? So you will not covet the house of your fellow. So that's important. Let's get into that in a little bit. You shall not covet the wife of your fellow, his servant, his maidservant, his ox, his donkey, or anything that belongs to your fellow. Lo techemed esha recha, your fellow, v'yevedu, his servant, v'yemasu, his maidservant, v'shuru, his ox, v'chemeru, his donkey, v'chal esha recha, or anything that belongs to your fellow. So basically, let's go back to you shall not covet the house of your fellow. Lo techemed bet roecha. That's in the first part of verse 14. His house. So we're not to covet our neighbor's house. Let's say his parameters, his boundaries in his life, what he's made for himself, what he has rule over in his house, his things. Basically, we are looking to manage our own affairs, our own house. We are protecting ourselves really by not looking at someone else's and making ourselves feel bad because we don't have, or making us feel incredible that we are better than someone because, they have something less than us. That's the other direction of this commandment. So, also, you should not covet what? His wife. Lo techemed eshes. So, the wife. How about, we're not supposed to be coveting where someone else is receiving love and support and, someone is there for them morally, mentally, physically, all those wonderful things that everybody cherishes. But we are not supposed to be cherishing or coveting that in someone else's life, because then we are not working on ourselves, our own path. And you're probably going to turn the video off hearing this because it's so tough to hear, but keep listening, please. We are walking on the path that God gave us. I don't want to offend anybody because you have problems with different names of Elohim. But listen to me, I know what I'm talking about. We don't want to put ourselves in the wrong path with God. We want to keep ourselves in the honest place of our life. That's the exciting place. It is exciting to be working with your own heart and your own reality, not suffering because you're looking at someone else's blessings or even their downfalls. Maybe they have troubles. What if you're coveting someone else's life, but really their heart's full of sin and they're really going south, right? Okay, let's keep moving forward. Your fellow, how about his workers, his indentured servants, v'yevedu, or his v'yemesu, the people he has working around him. He has wonderful people, right? He's got all these great people who work for him. I have that. And I know people who have way bigger companies than me, but I can't look at them. I have to work on what I have. That's the honest place to be in life. How about his ox or his donkey? Like all of in this day and age, you might consider it, your work vehicles. All the support you have to keep benefiting in life. And now you can what? You can plow your field, and you can travel on your donkey. You can ride along in luxury. We do not covet these things because, again, are we on our path or someone else's? Also, you're not supposed to be coveting because basically we trust that God is going to provide us what we need. We're walking in our shoes. Nor anything that belongs to your fellow. And I'm going to bring it to some notes of the sages now. Let's talk about how, one who covets what is not his demonstrates a lack of faith in God. I think I've already kind of touched on that, but Ibn Ezra, a Torah scholar, notes that in the Chumash notes here. Also, there's a parallel to the 5th commandment with this 10th commandment. So the 5th commandment on the first tablet parallels with the 10th commandment, or the 5th commandment on the second tablet. Mechilta draws a parallel to the 5th commandment. A covetous person will have children who dishonor him. So the 5th commandment is, honor your father and mother. So if you're coveting, you will have children who dishonor, because selfishness can lead people to overstep all bounds of decent conduct, putting selfish desires above all other considerations. And you'll teach your children that. And then next thing you know, your children are rebelling against you. So they see the principles there and how they work out together. They keep going. Let's talk about one more thing. There's a note here in the Chumash that our Hirsch notes that the last commandment is one that only a divine lawgiver could have decreed. So we know that we can enforce laws like murder and theft, but only God can ask that we sanctify our thoughts and our attitudes in secret places within our mind and in our heart. We do not covet. But no one knows that, except that we keep ourselves sanctified in ourselves. And we're honest people within. And that is the nature of really this 10th commandment. It's really within your heart. You're loving God with all your heart, and you're loving your neighbor from within too. You're not hating him in your heart. You're not harboring any sin against your neighbor in your heart. Okay, that's 10th commandment from the 10 commandments, and that completes the series. And hopefully you will just subscribe and catch the other studies that we'll be producing here too. Thank you very much. Shalom. Peace.